My loves, today feels extra meaningful because I'm going to give you the 5 perspectives that I hold in my being that help guide my heart-centered life. And I kind of hesitate when I say that because I don't always live a heart-centered life. I think too much of the time. Or should I even qualify it as too much? Some of the time. Who knows if it's too much? Some of the time I'm making ego-centered decisions and I'm coming from my unhealed self and I'm letting my inner child drive the car, which is disastrous. Although it's the way it goes. Your inner child, by the way, is choosing most of your relationships. You thought it was you. You thought it was your hormones meeting your soul, but really it's your unhealed self saying, that guy, that woman, that person, that boss, that daycare provider is going to give me all the lessons I need to show me where I am not heart-centered, but how capable I am at being more loving, intelligent, expanded, resilient, genius, dynamic, and sexy. Okay. These are my 5 perspectives. These 5 perspectives are core to what I finally figured out is an actual system for living a heart-centered life. It might even be called the heart-centered system. It is for sure called the heart-centered planner. And you will hear me in the middle. I'm going to talk to you about our planners that are coming out to the world soon. In fact, if you're listening to this today, you really want to pay attention. Let me just give you the timing now. September 8th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. is when you can order the Heart-Centered Planner and know that it's going to be to you in early December. Otherwise, my print run window is closing. I'm just going to take everybody's order now. I kind of grew up in this whole process. I get the orders and then I count them and then I tell the printer to print those instead of I'm just going to print 100,000 of these and then work really hard to sell them all. So get your orders in. You want to be cuddling this beautiful, artful how to design your life book sooner than later, right? So head to daniellelaporte.com/2025 waitlist. And really it's the VIP list. And then you got to get your order in like really soon. September 8th, it's a Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, let's talk about heart-centered perspective. And you'll read more about this in the actual planner itself. And I'm creating a whole audio book about building a heart-centered life. My guiding premise is that we're here to heal. This isn't anything original. I am not no mystic who is bringing this down. This paradigm is as old as time, and it is as helpful as every kind of medicinal, energetic tincture. And it has helped me get through my darkest days. It has helped me not fly off the handle. It's helped me make better choices for my body and relationships. It's helped me not cry, and it's helped me to cry. It's the guiding belief that we incarnate in order to heal. I am here to create positive karma and to burn my negative karma. And I mean, positive, negative, that's in the eye of the beholder too, right? But there are lessons I need to learn to become complete as a soul. There are boxes, cosmic boxes I need to check in order to get admission into the next level of the University of Light until I can go home and then create more and create another home that I probably will cast myself out of just for an experiment. And then I get to do it all over again and go home. I believe that we're here to heal. And you know what that means? It means that everything we experience is on behalf of our healing. It all has a purpose. a divine purpose. Nothing is for naught. It is all progress. Here's my second point. Energy follows thought. Now, if you've been around in my ecosystem for a while, you know that I usually say this 3 times. I used to have this joke with the poet David White, who wrote this incredible book of poetry in the 90s called The Heart Aroused, and it became really popular in corporate circles. I think it was because one of his friends or a client he was consulting to somehow helped him break into the traditional business scene. And I was so excited because it was just like poetry in boardrooms, amazing. Anyway, I digress. As a poet, as a dude, David White is sexy. And I saw him, I don't know if you would call it perform, but I saw him speak and recite his poetry a number of times. And his trait, his style is repeating things 3 times. And I got into like a really uncomfortable, awkward, inappropriate giggle fit, just sitting 3 rows from the front at one of his talks with a friend when I started mimicking him. But anyway, I'm going to do this David White style. Energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. Can you take me seriously? But it's true. It's true. It is. I need to say it in a trifecta because energy follows thought. So that is a driving belief of mine, and it helps me keep my shit together. It helps me create, I guess, a simple life. My life is not as challenging as it has been in the past. It certainly has higher, deeper challenges in different areas than I was not expecting, but it is the happiest. I'm the happiest I've ever been. So this whole energy follows thought. I think I'm onto something here. So here's a quick question to tack onto that. What's the energy of the thought you're thinking? Think a thought about your body. Think a thought about your job, about your workday, about the relationship, about the state of the world. How would you describe the energy of that thought? If that thought had a personality, like, would it be sassy? Would it be cranky and curmudgeonly? Would it be hopeful? Is the energy of that thought compassion? Is the energy of that thought expansion, leadership? Is the energy of that thought gold, light, frequency? What's the energy of that thought? Because those thoughts are going to bring you more of that particular energy. You get it? Okay, energy follows thought. By the way, these big, juicy paradigms are baked into my very practical, beautiful day planner system and my Heart Center membership. And eventually, by the way, an app. 2025 is going to be the year of the app for me. I'm going to get this all to you on your device on a daily basis, and it's going to be so beautiful. But right now, this is all about how we're planning for the coming year by putting pencil to paper with these mega paradigms that actually work in our relationships and our jobs and our kitchens. Okay, my third point. Love is the highest intelligence. Love. Should I do it 3 times? Let's do it 3 times. Love. No, I got it. Okay, stay with me, everybody. Okay, let's take a deep breath. I'm holding, if you were here in my apartment right now, I just have this little microphone. I record all these podcasts on my phone. I am looking over at the Pacific Ocean right now. I'm wearing kind of this popcorn knit ivory sweater. I'm going to open my arms up to the sky, and I'm letting my mind drop into my lungs, into my heart center, and I'm speaking from my heart chakra. Love is the highest intelligence. Love is the highest intelligence. Love is the highest intelligence. Take a deep breath together. That's the truth. Love is the highest intelligence, not the metrics, not history. Come on. History is ridiculous as a metric of intelligence. I mean, history is written by those who won. History is written by those who are funding the dissemination of the history books. So let's not. Love is the highest intelligence. Why? Because love don't miss a thing. Love is inclusive. Love is taking everything, everyone, all of the elements, past, present, and future, into consideration. Love is embracing and seeing inside, upside down of all the metrics. You don't get more thorough than love. Love is the most stealth and vibrant collector, knower, and translator of all forms of data. Love is the highest intelligence. You want to know the right thing to do? Love. You ask yourself, what would love do? Not that common these days. Okay, number 4, every relationship is a divine assignment. Every relationship, you're obviously, all the stuff you incarnated into, family of origin, your community, your mother, your father, your DNA, the 7 generations back, all that, the partners you choose, the babies you make, the babies you adopt, the people you love, the UPS delivery guy, the people you've never met, but they bug you because not voting, not seeing different perspectives. Relationships, we have relationships with ideologies. We have relationships with histories. We have relationships with cultures. We have relationships with societies, with groups of people. We have relationships that are fantasy. We have conversations in our head with influencers and deities. We have legit conversations with unseen forces, with the fragments of ourselves, with a guy who cuts us off in traffic, with ourselves after we're the asshole who cut somebody off in traffic, accidentally or intentionally. Every relationship is a vehicle to heal, for us learning, for us becoming more of ourselves, our true selves, higher identity, for us connecting to the higher self. All the irritations, all the passion, all the heartbreak, all the generosity, all the blessings, all the miracles are all more than opportunities, but actual fodder, actual medicine for us to become more powerful, divinely powerful. Yeah. Keep that in mind when you walk in for couples counseling next week. Okay, number 5 and final on my list. Nourishing our nervous system is top priority. And I use the word "our" really intentionally. Nourishing our nervous system is top priority because my nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic, my nerves, my auric field, my thoughts, my body, my energy bodies, mental body, are connected to yours and yours and yours and yours all around the world in thought, in practice, literally, and doing everything that needs to be done to have a more balanced nervous system is the greatest act, the greatest practice. I prefer the word practice, the greatest practice of self-love and self-care. I think it's really the one thing that creation wants us to do. Like if you got a little Post-it note from the Divine Mother on the only thing on your to-do list for this whole entire incarnation, it would just say, balance your nervous system. Exo Mama. So those are my 5 perspectives on building a heart-centered life. We're here to heal. Energy follows thought. Love is the highest intelligence. Every relationship is a divine assignment. And nourishing our nervous system is top priority. I believe that having faith in a universal intelligence, in a divine organizing principle, energy. I feel that faith helps us stay committed to heart-centered living and leadership, especially when the challenges come. Higher perspective equals deeper devotion. And we really, really need the devotion right now. Because common sense just is not that common. Okay, let me give you a little assignment. The heart-centered life system, the planner system, is built on those perspectives, but it fans out into all of our life areas. So let me give you the life areas, and then I'm going to give you a question to match up with each of these life areas. Actually, let me give you the question first. The question is, if love is the highest intelligence, there is no if. Love is the highest intelligence. How are you embodying love in each of these life areas? In your body, and I'll give you the sub areas of each of these. Okay, so how are you embodying love in your body, which covers nutrition, breath work, fitness, healing, cleansing, rest, and medicinal and supplemental support? How are you being love? How are you moving with love, buying with love, ingesting with love for your body? How are you treating your body with love? How are you treating your body as love? This is great to journal on, by the way. I'll drop this list of life areas into the show notes, and you can create a practice out of this, or just come and get the heart-centered planner. Okay, the next life area, mind and emotions. Let me give this a qualifier. So there's higher mind, where we have clarity of thought. We're thinking with universal intelligence, right? It's like diamond mind. And then there's like lower mind. Most of us hang out in that space all the time. We've got mind looping and, chit chat and the script that is unconscious. And that is inextricable with emotions. So emotions, feelings come from the lower chakra, and we can have thoughts about our emotions and feelings about our thoughts and vice versa. Let me tell you what mind and emotions covers. So let me go back to the question. How are you embodying love in your mind and in your emotions? That covers loving thoughts. How are you thinking? That covers your learning, covers feelings, covers your creativity, play, movement, and inner child work. How are you embodying love in all of those different expressions? Okay, next category. It's a big one. Relationships. How are you embodying love? Let's hit pause here and talk about what it means to embody. Embody is you are that energy in your thoughts, in your speech, and your actions. It is in all that you do, ideally. I mean, we're not all ascending at this moment, so you're not going to be perfect. But so, question. How are you embodying love in your thoughts, your speech, your actions, in your relationships? Relationships include your relationship to yourself, your inner circle, your homies closest to you, the 2 or 3 or 4 besties, or the one significant other. Also includes your friends and your family, work, community, your guides of all kinds. Could be your spirit guides, could be your mentors on the job, and the world at large. How are you embodying love in all forms of relationship? Side note, in the Heart-Centered Planner, I've built in a relationship check-in that we do quarterly that asks you just this and some other questions around your inner child and who you're going to thank and celebrate. It's really cool. The focus on relationships are key to a heart-centered life. Let's go into work. So, question, how are you embodying love in your work in the world? This covers your creativity, your finances, What's your money got to do with love? How can you be love with your prosperity? This covers the way that you lead, all leadership in your life, how you lead your family, how you lead your team, how you lead on the school bus. And this covers education. So I put creativity, finances, leadership, and education under work. And then this brings us into like the super practical. How are you embodying love in your physical space, in your things? We can't leave this out of the Lego puzzle of our life. So space and things includes your home, your living space, your workspace, all your material things, your belongings, your clothing, your car, your gadgets, your technology, your tools. How does love show up in all of those spaces and material things? I have so many suggestions for you, but I'm holding back my suggestions. This is just a question and answer for you. Okay, so final life area is play. This is what's baked into the whole system. Play covers creativity again. You notice creativity shows up in a few of these life areas. Creativity, interests, your hobbies, and then I put travel in this area. Travel could go in body, it could go in work, but I put it under the umbrella of play. How do you embody love in your interests, in your hobbies, in your travel? Maybe we should wrap this by thinking about what love is not. So, what's the opposite of heart-centered living and leadership? Ego-centered living and leadership. And we're all going back and forth between the two all of the time. And this is the messy, beautiful, gorgeous opportunity of incarnation. But ego-centered in thoughts, speech, and action is about getting attention. It is that fight, flight, freeze response in relationships. It's pushback, it's offensiveness, it's defensiveness. It's worry about how everybody perceives you. How can you embody love? What's the antidote to all those ego-leading ways? Ego and body is over-identification with body, that our worth is not just based on our physical appearance and all of these so-called standards in different cultures of beauty and fitness, but that our worth is also based on our health and wellness. That if we have a condition, something chronic, all of those things that could fall under that category, we're not spiritual enough, we haven't been manifesting properly, that we are less worthy than healthy people. That's ego-centered. So how can you embody love in the whole realm of your body? Ego-centered movement is overzealous. It's a really strenuous attachment to strenuous work, right? You don't allow your body to actually tell you what it needs. We could go on on that. Ego-centered living and relationships. Transactional. I'm going to scratch your back. You're going to scratch mine. I'm waiting for my turn to speak. I'm not really listening. I see the other person as other. I forget that we're from the same source. My opinions are the filter through which I look at all topics, all issues, all people. That's all shadow stuff getting in the way. How can you embody love in all of your relationships? Remembering that we're here to heal, that all relationships are divine assignments, that we all come from the same source. How do you embody love in your work? Maybe for some of us, tithing is going to be this great evolutionary leap. For others of us, it's going to be leaving the 9-to-5 behind and making a radical move towards our creativity. Maybe it's a 4-day work week. Maybe it's just asking everyone on your team on a regular basis, how's your heart? Ego-centered homes, space, things, material possessions. It's just all the things that we overwork to be able to afford, to wear, to impress people that haven't considered loving us unconditionally? What's the opposite of that? Whatever the answer is for you, I can tell you it leads to needing to impress way less people. Way less. Is that even grammatically correct? You get it. You get to the revelation that you are sexy and valuable no matter what brand you're wearing. And you don't need to fill your house with shit to distract yourself from your pain. You got all the tools you need to heal your pain and tap your divine worth. All right, loves. The definition of integrity has everything to do with wholeness. So when we are looking at being more loving, embodying soul qualities, having that light pour into us and come out of us in all of our orifices, this is really what it means to be whole. We're looking at body and emotions and how we play and how we relate and the stuff we're buying and who's on our wellness team. And we're asking ourselves how we can be more loving and how we can receive more love in all of those areas of our life. Yeah, doesn't that sound good? I think it's why we're here. Because, don't you know, we're here to heal. I will see you sooner than later. Next episode, next session, we're talking about something really cool, which is the energetics of the days of the week. And I'm going to get into why you should not have Monday morning meetings and why Sunday is really the first day of the week and why Thursdays are so expansive. You want to know when to show up and when to retreat? Tune in and we're going to talk about the metaphysical meanings of the days of the week. As always, I am so glad you're here. Close your eyes if you can. Take a deep breath into your heart. And that is how you heart center. See you soon. With love, Danielle. Thank you so much for listening, for feeling, for spreading the word. With love.